66 million years ago, the world was a masterpiece of life, blooming under a golden sun. A king walked the earth, a giant among giants, ruling an empire that seemed eternal. In the quiet clearings, life was tender and new, unaware that its time was running out. While the giants claimed the sun, smaller lives huddled in the shadows, waiting for their turn.
The first sign of the end was a beautiful, silent light, a new star in the daylight. At the watering hole, the last moments of peace were shared before the sky turned white. The star grew into a monster. The Earth felt it first. Birds fled in mass migrations as a strange restlessness took hold. The mountain of rock tore through the air, turning the very atmosphere into a searing furnace. In an instant, the Yucatan Peninsula became the center of a blinding fire.
A wall of air, moving faster than sound, flattened ancient forests as if they were grass. The earth bled molten glass into space, only for it to fall back as a rain of fire. The air itself ignited. From the horizon to the zenith, the planet became a global inferno.
1,000 feet of water rose in a single wall, consuming everything the land once held.
The sun was gone. Billions of tons of pulverized earth rose to drown the light in soot.
Ash fell like burning snow, coating the charred bones of a world that was once green. The sun became a ghost, a dim purple blur behind an impenetrable shroud of permanent darkness. The fire died, replaced by a global chill that froze the scorched remains of the jungle.
The survivors wandered through ash fields, searching for a single leaf in a world of gray. In the long twilight, the battle for life became a grim struggle over the remains of the fallen. Storms of poison lashed the land, turning the rivers to acid as the atmosphere collapsed. In the dark oceans, the base of life vanished, and the giants of the deep followed. Below the surface, in the warmth of the soil, the small and adaptable waited out the storm.
The final giants fell, alone and weakened, as the earth turned into a frozen, ashen wasteland. A haunting silence descended over the gray planet, a tomb for the masters of the Cretaceous. For years, the Earth remained locked in a volcanic winter, a dark and desolate world. In the shadows of extinction, the pressure to survive forced life to find new ways to live. After ages of dark, a single patch of blue sky appeared, a promise that the light remained. From the iridium dust, a single seedling sprouted, the first green life in a decade. The suit finally settled. The sun hit the earth again, illuminating a world transformed. The air grew heavy and warm as life returned to a humid, tropical greenhouse world. The heirs to the earth stepped from their burrows into a kingdom without giants. Ferns and mosses rapidly claimed the ash, painting the scorched earth green once more. In the new forests, the legacy of the dinosaurs took wing and claimed the skies. A new kind of master climbed the trees, looking out over a budding, vibrant world. Color returned to the landscape as the first flowers bloomed in the post-impact world. The story was buried in a thin gray line, a scar in the stone for us to find. Adaptability had won. The mammals thrived, inheriting a world rebuilt from the ashes. 7 million years ago, the Earth split. The cradle was set, and the forest began to whisper of the plains. Sahelanthropus. The split begins. A forest ape forced to look at the horizon for the first time. Life was raw. Survival meant foraging for roots and fallen fruit, a constant battle against the hunger of the wild. Ardipithecus cadaba. The trees are moving further apart. The ground is no longer a temporary visit. A bridge dweller, half bound to the canopy, half tempted by the wide, dangerous freedom of the plains, Ororin. 6 million years ago, the femur begins to change. The first tentative steps toward an upright destiny. 4 million years ago, Australopithecus anamensis. The walking begins in earnest. The view from above changes everything. For 2 million years, we mastered the walk, surviving on the offerings of a vast landscape. Africanus. The brain grows. The hands become more dexterous. We are learning to read the savanna. 2.5 million years ago, the first hint that nature's sharpness could be harnessed. A side branch, Paranthropus, specialized for the toughest foods, a different path in the same cradle. The Nutcracker Man, a master of raw, hard vegetation, but a path that would eventually end. Using the tools of nature, but the world was changing too fast for muscle alone. 2 million years ago, the first Homo appeared. Habilis. Everything changed with the strike of a stone. The Oldowan tool. Our first true invention. We didn't wait for evolution, we built our own teeth. We became marrow hunters. High-protein raw fat fueled a brain that was beginning to explode with potential. Homo rudolfensis, a parallel lineage, a larger brain, a growing complexity in the social web. Then came the traveler, Homo erectus, the first ancestor to look you in the eye with a human gaze. The hand axe, a masterpiece of symmetry. We were no longer just making tools, we were making designs. Then, the theft from the sky. Fire. At first, a terrifying force of destruction. We learned to tame it. Fire became our sun in the night, our shield against the predators. The greatest biological hack. Cooking. It turned tough raw meat into soft, calorie-dense fuel. Cooked food meant smaller guts and massive brains. Our bodies shrank so our minds could expand. Ergaster. Built for distance, the first true endurance athlete of the primeval world. Armed with fire and stone, we left the cradle, the migration that would never truly stop. Antecessor. The pioneer, pushing the boundaries of the known world into the cold unknown. We adapted. We learned to steal the skins of those we hunted to survive the biting wind. Heidelbergensis, the master builder, the first to build true shelters and hunt the giants of the earth. The spear. Distance was our new weapon. We could kill without the risk of the claws. In the frozen north, our cousins evolved, Neanderthals, masters of the ice, strong and deeply spiritual. They buried their dead with care. They were the first to feel the weight of the eternal. The Denisovans, ghost ancestors who adapted to the thin air of the mountains, surviving where others failed. Floresiensis. Isolated on an island, they shrank in size but grew in ingenuity. And then, our time. Homo sapiens. We emerged in Africa with a spark like no other. Our greatest invention wasn't made of stone. It was language, the ability to share the unseen. We turned the world into symbols. We began to store our memories on the walls of the earth. The needle. We could tailor the world to our bodies. We carried our own climate wherever we went. 70,000 years ago, we began our final migration. One species, one planet, one destiny. We met our cousins. We fought, we traded, and we merged. Their DNA still lives in our blood, culture. We stopped running. We made the Earth work for us. Settlement. For the first time, we had a permanent address. The village was born. We learned to hold the water and store the surplus. Pottery became our bank for the winter. The wheel. Distance began to shrink. The world became a place of movement and trade. Writing. We killed the silence of death. Our thoughts could now live forever on the page. Civilization. The scale of our power exploded. Thousands of lives unified under a single story. The Bronze Age. We melted the bones of the earth to create weapons and tools of gleaming power. Iron. Stronger, sharper, more abundant. The foundations of the modern world were forged in fire. We began to question the stars. Logic, democracy, and science began to flicker in the dark. The compass. The oceans were no longer barriers. They were bridges to the unknown.
Gutenberg, 1440. Knowledge became a wildfire. No king could control the spread of an idea.
We looked up and saw the truth. We weren't the center of the universe, but we were its observers. The Industrial Revolution. We swapped the muscle of animals for the power of ancient sunlight. Edison, Tesla. We conquered the night. We turned the dark into a canvas for our dreams. The car. Personal freedom on 4 wheels. The world became a neighborhood. We took to the sky. The dream of the birds finally became our reality. We found the power of the stars. We learned we could destroy our world in an afternoon. We left the atmosphere. The Rift Valley was now a tiny dot in the rearview mirror. From the savannah to the moon. In just 7 million years, we became a celestial species. The computer. We built a brain outside our bodies. We began to process the world at the speed of light. The internet. A global brain. 7 billion people, connected by invisible threads of information. We learned to read our own blueprints. We began to defeat the ancient enemies of disease. But our success came with a cost. We have altered the very world that birthed us. We look to the next horizon, Mars, the next savannah, waiting for our footprints. We are creating a new kind of mind. The hand of Habilis now builds the hand of the machine. We are one family, one story. Born in the dust, headed for the stars. We are the survivors, the storytellers, the dreamers. What will we do with our next 1,000,000 years?